Good morning. Welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today at the Woodbridge Community Center for a very pleasant ceremony as we welcome 9 new police officers to the best police department in the entire state of New Jersey, and we recognize officers for heroism and bravery and life-saving actions. This is going to be a terrific day, folks. I'd like to introduce the dais. To my far left, 5th Ward Councilwoman Debbie Meehan. To her right, 3rd Ward Councilman Corey Spiller. To his right, retired police officer and current Councilman at Large Brian Small. To his right, our Township Clerk John Mitch. To my right, Business Administrator Vito Samaluka. To his right, Police Director Joe Niski. And to his right, Chief of Staff and former Councilwoman Carolyn Ehrlich. So now it gives me great pleasure. We're going a little bit different order today. It gives me great pleasure. First of all, I want to recognize and say for the first time in public, congratulations to former Police Director Bob Hubner on his 14-year career as director and 30-plus years, an additional 30 years as a police officer. Terrific job. It's been a pleasure to work with you in that capacity, and you were terrific, Bob Hubner. And now I'd like to introduce the new director, who's his replacement, who was his deputy for the entire time he was the director. A young man I've known since he was 10 years old in Menlo Park Terrace. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Niski.
Good morning. This being my first police ceremony since becoming police director, I want to start out by thanking Mayor McCormick for appointing me to this position, and also thank former Director Hubner for preparing me to take his place. Our police department was just awarded our 9th national accreditation from CALEA. We have been accredited since 1999. I want to congratulate our police department for all their hard work getting us to this point. The primary reason why we continue to stay with this process is to build confidence in our police department and the public. Being accredited shows our citizens that we are working at a higher level, following nationally recognized standards. I sincerely appreciate Mayor McCormick and our municipal council for hosting this ceremony and continually supporting our police department. For those who were being sworn in today, congratulations on your new role as police officer. Always remember why you chose this job. Your service will make a real difference in our community. Stay safe, stay strong, and keep making a positive impact. You are never alone. We are always here to support you. The proclamations cover a broad range of events and represents that our police officers willingly put themselves in danger on a daily basis to protect others. Our officers apprehended suspects that were targeting occupied homes to steal high-end vehicles, persuaded an immature, potentially suicidal kid from making a horrible decision, scaled an overpass on an extremely dangerous roadway to apply a tourniquet to stop the bleed and save a driver's life, and an officer delivered a baby. Officer of the Quarter and Officers of the Year recognize continued exceptional service over an extended period of time. Officer Casada, assigned to our Radio Patrol Division, continues to avail himself to the Detective Bureau, where he has expertise in crime scene processing. And Officers Nerney and Krupinski, along with Sergeant Lockery, Officer McGeehan, and Officer Schott, displayed heroism and bravery in the face of a violent suspect who had no regard for human life. Intent on shooting his way out of being apprehended, policing is dangerous. We are grateful that Officer Nerney continues to recover from his wounds. To these police officers and all our police officers, thank you for your unwavering service and dedication to keeping our community safe. Thank you.
Okay, we will now proceed with swearing in 9 new police officers. First up, Officer Michael John Barbado, III. Officer Michael Barbado, 25, of Port Reading, is a graduate of Edison High School. Officer Barbado attended Union County College before enrolling in the United States Army, achieving the rank of E4 Airborne Infantry and is a current member of the Army National Guard. Officer Barbado formerly worked with the Woodbridge PD Traffic Maintenance Unit. His father, Michael Barbado Jr., is a Woodbridge police detective, and his grandfather, Michael Barbado Sr., one of the nicest guys I've ever known, retired from the Woodbridge Police Department as a detective. Officer Barbado is a graduate of the Cape May County Police Academy and is assigned to the Radio Patrol Division. Clerk John Mitch will now swear in Officer Barbado.
Do you, Michael Barbado III, solemnly swear you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that you will bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people? You will faithfully, impartially, and justly enforce all the laws and perform all the duties of the office of police officer according to the best of your ability, so help you God.
I do.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. So Officer Barbado would have been sworn in many months ago, but he had this little assignment overseas with the Army protecting our freedoms. Otherwise, he would have been. So I just want to thank him for his service. Officer Jeffrey Edward Kiska. Officer Jeffrey Kiska, 25, is a lifelong resident of Woodbridge Township. Officer Kiska is a graduate of JFK Memorial High School and joined the United States Army Reserve, achieving the rank of platoon sergeant. Officer Kiska served in both Iraq and Syria, where he was highly decorated for his service. Officer Kiska previously worked for CI International as a junior systems administrator and was a former EMT with the Avenel Colonia First Aid Squad. Officer Kiska is a graduate of Cape May County Police Academy and is assigned to the Radio Patrol Division. Mr. Mitch.
Do you, Jeffrey Kiska, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that you will bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state with the authority of the people, and that you will faithfully, impartially, and justly enforce all the laws and perform all the duties of the office of police officer according to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir.
Officer Victor Anthony Perosi III. Officer Victor Perosi, 21, resides in the Colonia section of Woodbridge Township. Officer Perosi graduated from Colonia High School and is currently enrolled at Coastal Carolina University, working to obtain his bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Officer Perosi is a graduate of Cape May County Police Academy and is assigned to the Radio Patrol Division. Mr. Mitch.
Do you, Victor Perosi, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that you will bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, and you will faithfully, impartially, and justly enforce all the laws and perform all the duties of the office of police officer according to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Good job, man. You got somebody protecting the fire. Yeah. See, protecting the fire. Congratulations. Congratulations. Officer Philip J. Mulhern. Officer Mahone, 25, is a lifelong resident of Woodbridge Township. Officer Mulhern graduated from Colonia High School before studying computer science at Brookdale Community College. Officer Mulhern formerly served as an auxiliary officer with the Woodbridge Police Department, as well as a public safety office at the Woodbridge Center Mall. Officer Mulhern is a graduate of the Cape May County Police Academy and is currently assigned to the Radio Patrol Division. Mr. Mitch.
Do you, Philip Mulhern, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that you will bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, and you will faithfully, impartially, and justly enforce all the laws and perform all the duties of the office of police officer according to the best of your ability, so help you God.
I do.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Officer Samuel Thaddeus Duffy. Officer Samuel Duffy, 23, is a lifelong resident of Woodbridge Township. Officer Duffy graduated from Woodbridge High School and attended the Middlesex County Fire Academy, where he obtained his Firefighter 1 and Hazmat certifications. Additionally, Officer Duffy attended Lincoln Technical Institute, graduating in welding technology, and was formerly employed as a full-time welder for Rails Company in Maplewood, New Jersey. Officer Duffy is a graduate of the Cape May County Police Academy and maintains an assignment in the Radio Patrol Division. Mr. Mitch.
Do you, Samuel Duffy, solemnly swear you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that you will bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, and you will faithfully, impartially, and justly enforce all the laws and perform all the duties of the office of police officer according to the best of your ability, so help you God. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, welcome aboard. Duffy, congratulations. Congrats.
Congratulations.
Officer Charles Bernardino Rivatuso. Officer Charles Rivatuso, 23, is a lifelong resident of Woodbridge Township and a graduate of Colonia High School. Officer Rivatuso is a current and active member of the United States Army Reserve with the rank of E4 Specialist. Officer Rivatuso was formerly employed with UPS. He graduated from the Cape May County Police Academy and is assigned to the Radio Patrol Division. Mr. Mitch.
Hold on.
Do you, Charles Rivatuso, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that you'll bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people? You will faithfully, impartially, and justly enforce all the laws and perform all the duties of the office of police officer according to the best of your ability, so help you God. Congratulations.
Officer Peter Andrew Simon. Officer Peter Simon, 35, is a lifelong resident of Woodbridge Township and a graduate of JFK Memorial High School. Officer Simon obtained a bachelor's degree in marketing from Rutgers University and was formerly employed as a corporate growth account executive with MongoDB. Officer Simon's father, Peter Simon, and grandfather are both retired from the Perth Amboy Police Department, and his great-uncle Stephen Simon is a retired member of the Woodbridge Police Department. Officer Simon graduated from the Cape May County Police Academy and is assigned to the Radio Patrol Division. Mr. Mitch.
Do you, Peter Simon, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that you will bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state and the authority of the people, and you will faithfully, impartially, and justly enforce all the laws and perform all the duties of the office of police officer according to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
Congrats again, you're welcome.
Yes.
Congratulations. Good to have.
Officer Christian Alonzo Rovito. Officer Christian Rovito, 25, is a current resident of Colonia, having lived in Woodbridge Township since 2021. Officer Rovito graduated from Nutley High School before attending Montclair University and obtaining a bachelor's degree in international justice studies. Officer Rovito attended the Bergen County Police Department of Public Safety Academy and formerly worked for the Hackensack Police Department as a parking enforcement officer. Officer Rovito is a graduate of the Cape May County Police Academy and is assigned to the Radio Patrol Division. Mr. Mitch.
Do you, Christian Rovito, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that you will bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, that you will faithfully, impartially, and justly enforce all the laws and perform all the duties of the office of police officer according to the best of your ability, so help you God? Congratulations.
Congratulations. Officer Justin Alexander Kudo. Officer Justin Kudo, 22, is a lifelong resident of Woodbridge Township. He graduated from Union Catholic High School before attending St. Elizabeth University and obtaining a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Officer Kudo was formerly employed by Jackalow Industries as a warehouse clerk. He's a graduate of the Cape May County Police Academy and is assigned to the Radio Patrol Division. Mr. Mitch.
Do you, Justin Kudo, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, that you will bear faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, you will faithfully, impartially, and justly enforce all the laws and perform all the duties of the office of police officer according to the best of your ability?
I do.
Congratulations.
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 Okay, next up we have the 2024 Co-Police Officers of the Year. Woodbridge Police Officer Justin Nerney and Woodbridge Police Officer Drew Kopinski. They each have a proclamation. I'll just read one. Drew Kopinski is an 8-year veteran. Justin Nerney is a 9-year veteran. On June 13th, 2024, the Woodbridge Police Department received a BOLO, Beyond the Lookout dispatch from the New York City Police Department that a wanted person being sought for an attempted murder in New York City may have fled to the vicinity of Woodbridge Township. Acting on the report, police officers located the suspect's vehicle at a motel in the Caseby section of the township and initiated surveillance and security protocols pending the arrival of New York Police Department detectives. Upon arrival of those detectives, Woodbridge Police Department officers reported that the suspect was exiting his room en route to the motel lobby. Woodbridge police officers, having no time to form a tactical plan, entered the lobby, at which time the suspect exited the elevator, and upon observing our officers, the suspect brandished a concealed firearm. The suspect was immediately confronted by Officer Justin Nerney in an attempt to gain control of the handgun, at which time the suspect opened fire with Officer Nerney, and Officer Drew Kopinski returned fire. Officer Nerney and Detective Matt Morrow of the New York Police Department were wounded in the exchange of gunfire. Immediately after the suspect was incapacitated, Woodbridge Police Department officers and on-scene emergency personnel initiated first aid to the wounded officer and suspect. And Officer Nerney and Officer Kopinski are hereby recognized and honored before the police department, peers, community, and family for their dedication to duty and police professionalism. And they are both hereby named Police Officers of the Year for 2024.
Not done yet. Not done yet. Not done yet.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was an incredibly rare occurrence. Nobody can remember the last time a Woodbridge Police Department was injured in a gunfight. And I got parents and grandparents and family members of 9 new recruits here. I don't want you to be worried. We all know this is a dangerous job. The police officers, we all know, take their lives into their hands every single day they go out on patrol, every single day they do their job. But this was entirely a rare occurrence. So while you always should worry, please don't think this happens all the time. But thanks to these officers, people are alive today, not only themselves, but their fellow officers, McGean and Schott and Lockery, people that are in the hotel, people that are running anywhere in the area. Thanks to the efforts of these 2 young men, people are alive today. And your kids are going to be trained, and they're going to be given every resource, and they're going to have everything they need to be able to do what these 2 men did on that day, which is not only save each other's life, but save other lives, like I said, of officers and of random people. So I can't say how proud we are, very proud we are of the job that these 2 men did. They shouldn't just be Officers of the Year, they should be officers of the decade. I can't even talk, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. Officers of their career. These are 2 of the best. They took their training, they took their experience, they never expected to use it. And they did, and they saved people's lives. Ladies and gentlemen, Nerney and Kopinski. No answers, probably nobody wants anything. You want to say anything? Okay. Sure. Next up, Police Officer of the 4th Quarter, October 1, 2024 to December 30th, 2024, Police Officer Jorge Quesada. Officer Quesada is a 17-year veteran of the Radio Patrol Division. And during the fourth quarter of 2024, Officer Casado responded to 203 calls for service, conducted self-initiated law enforcement investigations, special patrol checks and contacts to include enforcement of outstanding arrest warrants and the arrest of defendants on violations of New Jersey criminal statutes. Whereas Officer Casado, in addition to assignment in radio patrol, has developed technical expertise in crime scene processing and responds to Detective Bureau investigations to process crime scenes for fingerprints, photography, and collection and submission of physical evidence at high priority crime scenes, including shootings, armed kidnappings, carjackings, residential search warrants, and the processing of collected evidence, to maintain chain of custody, which has resulted in the identification and convicting of criminal defendants. Ladies and gentlemen, Officer of the Quarter, Jose Casado. And he's also the best fisherman in Woodbridge Township.
I should give you this. Oh, wait. You got it right there.
Now we have the Award for Excellence in Law Enforcement. Officer Thomas Hendricks, Russell Van Loo, Jimmy Nunez, and George Beato. Officer Hendricks and Officer Van Loo are 3-year veterans. Officer Nunez is a 1-year veteran, and Officer Beato is a 4-year veteran. On January 3rd, 2025 at 2:48 a.m., Woodbridge PD patrol units responded to the area of Broadway Avenue in the Colonia section of Township on a report of suspicious activity involving an unknown vehicle and several male suspects attempting to gain entry into a residential property. These Officer Thomas Hendricks and Officer Russell Van Loo were assigned to an undercover detail investigating and responding to attempted burglars into occupied homes to steal high-end vehicles, and they were the first on the scene. Officers Hendricks and Van Loo observed the stolen Jaguar vehicle exit the scene and 3 suspects who fled on foot. Responding police department patrol units immediately established a perimeter as Officer Van Loo pursued, located, and arrested suspect number 1, while Officer Hendricks simultaneously pursued, located, and arrested suspect number 2. Responding officers George Beato and Jimmy Nunez conducted an area search and located and arrested suspect 3, attempting to hide in a residential area along Caroline Drive. As a result of ongoing proactive investigation targeting residential break-ins and theft of high-end vehicles, and immediate on-scene response to a report of suspicious activity, these officers prevented a potentially dangerous and life-threatening encounter and secured the arrest of the criminal suspects on violations of New Jersey criminal statutes. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 more Woodbridge Township police heroes.
Congratulations. Awesome. Congratulations, pal. Yes. Congratulations, pal. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody want to say anything?
Thank you.
For the record, I asked them all if anybody wants to say anything, and the answer is usually no.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, 12, 17, 10.
Okay, Mayor's Award for Excellence in Law Enforcement. Detective Eric Manresa, Officer Jorge Casada, Officer Nirav Patel, Officer R.J. McPartlin, and Officer Connor Waters.
What? Okay.
And they are Manresa 12 years, Jorge Quesada 17 years, Narav Patel 10, Robert McPartland 5, and Connor Waters 4. I'll read the McPartland, but they're all the same. On February 26, 2025, Woodbridge Police Department patrol units were dispatched to John F. Kennedy Memorial High School in the Island section of Township after receiving a call from the suicide hotline reporting that a distraught female student had gained access to the roof of the school building and was threatening to commit suicide by jumping. Now, whereas Officer McPartland, assigned to security detail at JFK, ascended to the roof and located the visibly distraught 14-year-old female student at the highest point on the edge of the roof. Officer McPartland engaged her in conversation as Detective Manresa and Officer Quesada, Patel, and Waters calmly and quietly secured the location. Working as a team, the officers persuaded the female student to move from the edge of the roof to a position where McPartland was able to get her in his grasp. Without escalating the situation, the officers engaged the student in conversation, at which point she decided to come down from the roof with Officer Quesada holding and safely guiding her down the fire department extension ladder that had been put in place as a safety measure. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, somebody's alive in Woodbridge Township because of the efforts of our police department. Congratulations. Congratulations, sir. Marche, please. Back up again, man.
It's working, right?
For the record, 2 of these officers were awarded before for life-saving activities. Officer or Detective Manresa was at a Woodbridge Township concert. I actually witnessed this scene where he and a couple other officers, it was Stephanie Lage and later on Russell Van Loo, actually saved a woman's life who had dropped into concert, was blue, was basically deceased at that point, but they performed CPR and brought her back to life. And of course, Officer McPartland, being assigned to JFK, was the first one on the scene last year when someone was hit by lightning. One of our employees was hit by lightning working on a field, and he immediately gave him first aid. So I can't tell you how proud we are of the training and the experience that these men and women have, because when they need to use it, they use it and they save people's lives. Congratulations. And while we're on the subject of life-saving, I'd like to call up Officer Gary Thompson and Officer Riley Egan. Officer Thompson's a 15-year veteran, and is a 15-year veteran, and Officer Egan is a 5-year veteran. On March 3rd, 2025, Officer Gary Thompson and Officer Riley Egan responded to a report of a serious motor vehicle accident on the ramp to the truck lanes of the New Jersey Turnpike South in the Ford section of Woodbridge. Upon arrival at the scene, Officers Thompson and Egan observed the motor vehicle accident involving a U-Haul van and a tractor trailer. The van was wedged against the overpass, with the seriously injured driver pinned inside the cab of the van. With limited options, Officer Thompson scaled the railing abutting the overpass, with Officer Egan following, and upon reaching the driver's side door, Officer Thompson observed that the driver's left leg was shredded and bleeding profusely. Officers Thompson and Egan applied a tourniquet to stem the building as first responders from Ford's fire company engaged the jaws of life to extract the driver from the mangled wreckage for transport to the hospital, where he survived after treatment for leg fractures, collapsed lung, and bleeding on the brain. Once again, they used their training and experience to save somebody's lives. Officer Thompson and Officer Egan.
Congratulations, man. Of course.
Congrats, man. Cheers. Congrats, pal. And our final award for police response and life-saving action is to Officer Nicholas Ikovu. On March 9, 2025, Officer Nicholas Ikovu responded to Commander Patrick J. Dunn Court in the Fort section of the Township for a first aid call involving a 30-year-old female in labor. Upon arriving at the location, Officer Ikovu located the patient in active labor and timed her contractions at less than 1 minute apart. Officer Ikovu, in concert with arriving EMS providers, determined that the baby was crowning and proceeded to prepare the mother for delivery, and within minutes and 2 brief pushes, the infant was born. After EMS providers clamped and cut the umbilical cord, Officer Ikovu wrapped the newborn in blankets for transport with the mother to the hospital. And whereas Officer Ikovu, utilizing training and experience, assessed the medical situation and immediately prepared the mother for delivery of her newborn, and is hereby recognized for his life-saving action, potentially too, before the Woodbridge Township Police Department officers and community. Once again, Nick Ikovu presented with an award for life-saving action. Congratulations, Nick. Good job. Wrong one. It's Dr. Ikovu. You ready, Brian? Now to speak on behalf of the Township Council, I'd like to ask Brian Small, as I said, retired Woodbridge Police Department officer, to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. I was asked if I wanted to say a few words. I said, no, that's okay, Director Niski. He goes, yes, you are. So here I am. I just want to congratulate everybody on receiving these awards today. It's so important to be recognized for all the great things. I happened to be out at JFK with the officers, and I can't tell you what a tremendous job they did that day. It was incredible. So all the officers receiving awards tonight, congratulations. To all my former co-workers all in the back, always great to see you. I look around the room and I reminisce, and just out of curiosity, if you played, coached Woodbridge Little League or Woodbridge PBA Street Hockey, raise your hand. I thought so. Great job. Thank you. To the new officers, congratulations. It's a learning curve for a long time. Listen to your training officers, but before you know it, your time's going to go by, and you're going to be an old retired guy like me. Just when you get your paycheck next week, check all the lines, make sure they're taking out the proper things. Most importantly, make sure they are taking out that pension contribution, because every first of the month, the director and I want to get our retirees checked. All right? Congratulations.
And there's an awful lot of police officers here who were not on the dais, not getting a specific recommendation. Many have got them before, many haven't. But every single man and woman of the Woodbridge Police Department is trained and has the experience to do exactly what these men and women did. So I am very confident that whoever was on duty the night of the car issue, whoever was on duty when the baby was born, whoever was on duty with all these different situations, it doesn't matter who it was, because each and every one of you are prepared to do exactly what these men and women did in that moment of an urgency and save somebody's life or do the right thing because of your training, because of your experience, and because of the fact that you work for the best police department in the state of New Jersey, which is the Woodbridge Township Police Department. Thank you very much.